What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumbass. Like and subscribe, hype. So, sorry for the noise, but it's hot. It's like 1,000,000,000 degrees, so I gotta have AC, and my car's old. Anyway, doesn't matter. Shh, I'm sorry. So Sony's Sony. They're trying to power through this all digital debacle that they announced. And I don't know if it's still happening. I was listening to TTS with Sean and Dirt, and at that time, PSN was still down. PSN was down for 8 hours. I don't know if it's still down. How they gonna have a whole all digital console ecosystem, whatever, and they then go down? I mean, it's gonna happen when that day, January 1st, 2028, whatever. It's going down again because these hackers, these dudes, they don't care. They're like, nah, we gonna shut them down. We're gonna show them that this is a bad idea. They're showing this is a preview of how it's a bad idea for going forward, as far as them relying on their infrastructure server. They suck at software. Let's just be real. They've always sucked at software. They had to hire. I said this before. They didn't hire. Excuse me. They purchased Psygnosis. Psygnosis, the guys who made Killing Game Show, a bunch of other games, dope. Remember the owl? Like, what? It's a British studio. They didn't buy them for their games. They bought them because they had an API to make games for the original PlayStation. PlayStation is so inept. They didn't even have the employees, the staff to make the software part of the hardware. They didn't even have that. They had to buy somebody to make it. Oh, and it's been. I don't think they've ever had. I mean, Mark Cerny is the closest thing, but I don't know how much of a I guess he's software too, but he really is more of a hardware dude who says, "Okay, I'm gonna look at the hardware, and then boom, and then this is how you get this out of this hardware." He's smart, but he's not. I don't know if he's a software dude like that. I'm sure they have people. I'm sure they do, but how do they go down so many times, and how do people still pay for them? Pay for that service when it's trash. I said it in my song. Your ecosystem looks like trash. PlayStation's a thing of the past. King Thrash, why not? You got to be hot. Your precious console is about to be not. Y'all know the words. I put them on the thing. You can go back and read them. Hey, by the way, talk about music. I started writing my next track. It's called Helix, and I got the fundamentals of the actual beat. It's there enough to spit some bars, so I wrote the first verse already. I think it's 16 bars. And I'm working on the hook. I still haven't kind of honed in on it, but I started a little something. So I was like, all right, cool. But the first verse is boom. No edits, no notes. Boom, it's good. It's good to go. So I was like, all right. So it's like, yeah, the more you do it, the more you exercise your muscle, it gets easier. So yeah, I'm running through this one. So fortunately, I have a job such that I can put on my headphones, listen to a beat, and just real quick on my phone write a couple of verses. Throw down some bars, you know what I'm saying? And I sit there and I kind of go through them so I can remember the main thing is the melody and the rhythm. If I mess up the rhythm, I'm like, hold on, how did I go again? I'll get it eventually, but because the natural original idea is kind of always in there, but I just do it a bunch of times. So like right now, I don't even remember what it was. I don't remember what's the first words of I don't even remember the first lyrics of the bar. I don't remember nothing of it. But when I play it and I look at it, I'm like, okay, there you go. So, but yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I'm working on that. What's today? The 18th, right? Something like that. The 24th. Today's the 24th. All right, so this won't be done by August 1st, but middle of August, 2 weeks in, yeah, something like that. I give me at least until that. That'd be fine because that's about the same. But anyway, PlayStation outage. No good news. And I was watching Sean and Dirt, and they were kind of emphasizing about once again these journalists, they suck. And I don't know if this was a journalist. I think it was just a dude on Twitter or whatever Forgot his name. That's how important this person was. But to me anyway. But they said, I think it might have been an article actually, and they said Xbox puts out 4 old school OG titles for PC amidst the third 200 layoffs. So like, yo, that was like news like a couple weeks ago. Why you putting that news into this news to make this news diminished? This is the tactics. This is what they do. Xbox tax. Y'all see it, right? Y'all see it? You understand? All the people who said Xbox tax didn't exist, you're idiots. Okay, I take that back. You're not idiots. You just couldn't see it. But now you see it, right? You have to see it. If you're still out there denying that there's an Xbox tax, something wrong with you. Or you're a pony in disguise. Or maybe not in disguise. I'm just saying. But it's there. And it's like, I wish it didn't exist, because then everything would be, I was going to say fair and balanced, but everything would seem to be more even keeled, more fair, in this industry, in this competition, in this capitalistic system that we have. But that's not the case. And so I think Asha, and I think that Matthew and Matt, they're smart enough to understand what's going on and not be defeatist like Phil was. Phil was defeatist. He was like, we can't win, so we're just going to put our games everywhere and make that money like that and blah, blah, blah. That wasn't the right move, because part of, like I said, marketing, psychology, all these things, the psychological aspect of being a fan, of having a product, having people like your product and all these things, is one of the most important things, because it creates a following. You look at Apple, right? I understand why Apple people are Apple people, because they kind of adopted it. They're like, oh, it's easy, and they hear, oh, it's harder to hack a Mac or Apple or iPhone or something. It's like, actually, it's not. But you can tell yourself whatever you want. And so, and like, oh, it's all connected, it's all cool, and it's easy, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's okay. It's a little different than Windows, but Windows is more open. Windows is more for people who like to pop the hood and check the oil. You know what I'm saying? If you want to just be like, yo, Benson, go take my car to the shop. It's making a funny noise. It's like, yes, madame, I will take it to the shop. Then it takes it to the shop. It's like, oh yeah, that's the sound it makes when you start the car. I shall tell madame that you worked on it. Charge her $2,000. Anyway, basically, that's what the Apple people do. They, and I'll give Apple credit though. I know I talk shit about Apple. I'm not an Apple person. I am Android. I am PC. But one thing I will give Apple credit is that when they make a PC and you're like, why is this computer $26,000? And then you slide off the side panel and you look inside, oh, that's why. They had 59 slots for RAM. Okay, that's a little bit of exaggeration, but seriously though, it wasn't like no, it was. I was like, wait, what is how is this a computer? How is this? That's why. And I said, you know what? 26 grand. Yup, that's what it is. I saw that. I was like, how much RAM can you could put like a terabyte of RAM in this? How much RAM can you put in this thing? It was so ridiculous. I forgot which computer. I think it was a $26,000. But I was like, oh hell to no! It was like a black circuit board, motherboard, and it had so many RAM slots and so many. I was like, yo, okay, you can't take it away. But they charge you for it too. So that's what's up with that. But we look at Sony, we look at PlayStation, we look at what's going on, and PlayStation is going down. They're going down the drain, down into the abyss, the black hole, whatever you want to call it. They're going down faster and faster. The fact that they're not saying anything, the fact that they are refusing to comment or address the public that are so loud is going to be their downfall. And I hope they continue to do this. I hope they trip and they fall face first on a pallet of rakes, all at the same time, like that. That's a little bit graphic. Face first, rakes. No, you got to step on the rake and then the rake hits you. But still, it's like, yo, how you see what's happening, right? You got nothing. You're just gonna. This is gonna continue to happen until they say something. But even here's the curse. Here's the position that Sony is in right now. And they're in a lose-lose position right now, which is how I like it. They need to lose because their hubris was so strong. We're seeing what's happening. We see what. Remember when everybody's like, "Oh, Xbox is no competition." All the ponies. Oh, there's no more competition. Oh, it's only PC now. Oh, it's on Xbox, no competition. See what you did? You created a narrative. You, ponies and donkey unicorns, created a narrative, and Sony said, "Oh, that's what everybody believes. There's no competition, so we don't have to really worry about Xbox anymore. We're the leaders. We can do whatever we want." And they're taking advantage of what they're doing, whatever they want. And look, all it takes is for them to get slapped down many pegs. All it takes is for their bottom line to be shattered and destroyed, because that's honestly, that's all that matters. We could yell and scream and do everything, but the thing that I like about this, the one thing I hate about it is that people like Lono and these idiots that are saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter." Even David Jaffe said, "Oh, it's inevitable. It doesn't matter. They're going to do what they're going to do." I'm like, okay, that's fine. Sure, you can have that opinion. But the perception of PlayStation is changing. The narrative of PlayStation is changing. They can't save face from this. This is not a save face moment. This is you losing all your face. We're seeing your true face. And they're fine with it. And the fact that they're fine with it means that they're going to suffer. Suffer. That's what Six be doing. He be tripping me out, boy. It's funny. But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a quick one. It's really just an ongoing saga and struggle. The downfall of PlayStation. We're watching it in real time. Everybody's assuming that the downfall of PlayStation equates to the downfall of the video game industry. Negative. PlayStation is a part of it, but it is not the only thing. And they're saying, "Oh, you're destroying a whole market." It's like, no, because if Xbox and Nintendo continue to do physical products, then the physical domain still exists. The secondhand market still exists. The collector market still exists. And that's what I think Nintendo's fine, but I think Xbox needs to capture that. They need to cherish that. They need to promote that and stay within that and not follow what PlayStation is doing, because y'all see, do not follow them. They like to follow other people, and they don't know what they're doing most of the time. And we can see that day in and day out. We see, man, PlayStation kind of sucks at this, don't they? But whatever. Anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out, like and subscribe. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the outage of PlayStation. PSN is down at the most unopportune time. I guess they couldn't handle Halo. Halo was too much for PSN, and it just broke them. It broke their little wimpy romper room dollar store online network. I don't know what they doing over there. They got tin cans over there with a little string or something. That's old school. That's really old school. They got, what do they got? They got a little they got Fisher Price walkie talkie. I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. And I'll talk to y'all next one. Till tweet.